Hello, this is take 3, I suppose. I've been working on making a video and recording sound to the computer to go with the video so that the video will have good sound and I'll be able to use the audio separately. Just something I'm trying, a little New Year's experiment. And so what I'm going to do today is a meditation, but I'm going to start with just one round of Wim Hof's basic breathing technique. I do sometimes like to use his technique. Often I'll do more than one round, but it's nice to do even just one round to get oxygenated and get the breath going. So, quick description of that. We will be taking 30 or so deep breaths. The inhalation is very full, starting in the lower abdomen, filling completely, and then as soon as we're at the top, we just release. So it sounds a little like this. Wim Hof often will say fully in, but not fully out. And the way I interpret that is we take a full deep breath in till it's full. We let it out, but we don't force any air out beyond what is pushed out with just the natural relaxation process. So, and as soon as that ends, as soon as you feel the breath is no longer going out on its own, you initiate the next breath. So that seems to be a useful way of breathing. So we'll do that 30 or 40 times. And then at the last time when we relax, we'll do a breath hold. And it doesn't matter how long that is, but as soon as you feel the urge to breathe again, you'll just pull the breath in and hold for 10 seconds or so, and then relax. And then once we're done with that, I will do a short meditation. So here we go, beginning with one round of Wim Hof's basic breathing technique. I'm going to move the microphones away for the breathing. And just relax and hold the breath. And if you're still doing the breath hold, that's okay. Just whenever you're done, take that nice deep breath in and hold for 10 seconds or so. And come to relax. I'm going to begin the meditation. And do just a little guidance to get into a breath meditation, basically, and then I have a little sort of meditation poem type thing that I'm going to finish with, and we'll keep it brief-ish. Becoming aware of our posture, where we contact the ground or our seat, and by extension, the earth. Feeling a stable connection, making sure our posture feels balanced and supported by whatever base we're sitting on. And from that base, observing how the body is arranged on top of that, how the weight is hopefully distributed in a balanced way. You can imagine the stacking of the vertebrae. Just perfectly stacked to have the most ease in this seated posture. All the way up to the head, just easily perched on top. And through the top of the head, feeling the connection up and outward in a similar way as we feel the connection to the ground and the earth. And we can notice the air, the temperature, just aware of the body in this space, in the way it's arranged right here. Bringing balance to the body in preparation for a balanced mind. One of the ways that we want the mind to be balanced is between alertness and ease. We want to be fully awake, fully aware, but also in a space of ease, and this ease is part of what makes the awareness possible, makes it possible for it to be very full. And let's turn our attention to the rising and falling of the breath. At first, just catching the breath where it is. How is the breath right now without any interference on our part? Notice the duration, depth. Is there texture, temperature? Just tuning into this one object for the mind. Seeing if now we can begin to notice where the breath is experienced most prominently in the body. Just observing and finding that sort of center point for the breath, letting that be the very center of our focus. I often choose some place in the abdomen, but it can really be anywhere. And now beginning to observe the aspects of the breath that are characterized by ease. Finding pleasure in the breath. Searching for what might be considered interesting in the breath. We can engage our will to find incentive for staying with the breath. And once we start to see even the smallest amount of pleasure in the breath, ease, interest, begin to follow that. And whatever small amount of ease and pleasure in the breath that we find, we engage our imagination and our breath, our attention, awareness, to make that grow, to make that spread. While we picked one small area to focus on, to engage in the breath. Now we begin to open to the awareness that the breath can be experienced in a very wide-ranging way throughout the body. The more still and focused the mind becomes, the more subtle we can, or the more subtleties we can pick up. And just gradually keeping the breath as our center point and spreading ease throughout the body. Letting the awareness begin to suffuse the entire body. Gradually, to whatever extent you can, just inhabiting the entire body with our entire awareness. No matter where you are now, there is a way in the path of truth. There is map making and map reading, and making adjustments as new landmarks appear. We know the map is not it, but there is a map, and there is the peak of this moment, where we are meant to stand, a vantage point, where we can observe ourselves in the barest possible way, and from there, look out.